Looking to go out in the town in the city of Boston for an affordable price and grab some great food, drinks, and atmosphere in the Seaport District? Well, look no further than newcomer Seaport Social. Seaport Social is a premier and authentic social house that is poised to proudly serve the Boston area for many years to come. Their mission is to provide high-quality food and unique craft beer selection, along with a welcoming atmosphere for all those that wish to witness firsthand what the Boston social spirit is all about. From a top-notch bar, great group seating, to their premier menu including their massive loaded nachos, endless craft beers on tap, and an exquisite espresso martini option, look for manager Jimmy, who will satisfy your needs. A project that has been 4 years in the making is finally here. Seaport Social, which is located at 225 Northern Avenue in the Seaport District in Boston, will officially open its doors for their grand opening December 1st. Get there while you can and tell them Steele Nazz sent you. Eat, drink, social. That's what the Seaport Social does.
Back at it again, episode 124. Welcome to Steele Nazz, presented by Hedge Better. Mike Steele back in the building after a couple weeks of hiatus.
I'm back.
Working like a dog. How you feeling?
Fantastic. Ready to go. Glad to be back.
Ready to run through a wall after a Game 7 victory?
Yeah, back in the studio. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's ride.
Jason Tatum. Kidding me?
What a dog. Shut my ass up.
Yeah.
Shut my ass up.
Because I had heard through the grapevine that someone picked Philly to win that game.
I thought Game 6. We'll get to it. I want to throw out our sponsors. Slide Edge Fitness Performance, Craig Kelly, still trying to get us to come in for the combine. We'll leave that for later questions. Got some fan questions later in the mail. The law office of Patrick J. Foley, man. Shout him out every day, every week for the rest of my life. What a law office. Go to him. We had a couple weeks ago, actually, there's a pre-recorded interview. Milton, Mass native. Texas Stars was called up to Dallas Stars a little bit. They're now in the Western Conference Finals after Game 7 win over Seattle. But Ryan Shea, recurring guest, joins the boys. Actually, me and producer Justin were in for that one. He shot up the breeze from, playing in Austin, Texas, mainly played in the AHL. Texas Stars are in the Calder Cup? I believe that's what it is.
That's it.
I think they're still in the playoffs. But good shit. We kind of shot the breeze about what's going on, his encounters with Tyler Seguin, how deep of a, defensive core the Dallas Stars have, how tough it is to crack that lineup, and just everything, signing a two-way contract this year. It was good to see, good to have a local guy on, like with Timberlake last week, man. These kids from just around, our neck of the woods, man, keep doing it. And it's impressive to see.
Yeah, for sure. He was like that perfect combination of like, hardworking, humble, and confident, right? Like he knew he belonged there. He was grateful for like the opportunity, and he was just consistently working hard to like make himself better. And he talked about hitting that groove and it really starting to pay off. And just a really promising future, and looks like a promising organization too. Big win for them the other night, moving on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All that being said too, I made my first trip to Austin last November. He knew all the spots that I went to. That slide when you go down those poles. I forget what that bar is called, but you've been to Austin, you know what I'm talking about. But we'll spin the interview now. Texas Stars, Ryan Shea, Milton, Mass native. We still own the BK. Let's ride. We're now joined by Milton, Mass native, current Texas Star AHL affiliate to the Dallas Stars, Ryan Shea, defenseman here. First of all, how are we doing today? I think you're in, is it Rockford, Illinois, getting ready for Calder Cup playoffs. Like I said, how are we doing? And are you ready to go?
Yeah. I mean, we got here, we flew in a day early just to get an extra practice on their ice in their facility under our belts. But we've practiced 10 days straight against each other, and now we kind of just want to play against other guys, hit other guys, and see how we can do in this whole run. But thanks for having me. No, it's great to be back on.
Oh, no.
The last time I was on was during COVID year. So
it was during COVID, so it's a lot better times around this time. Exactly. Always good to have the local South Shore guys on. We're in Braintree right now, but Milton's right around the area, so it's good to have you back. My first question out of the chute, just this is your third season in the AHL. Just it seems like, I know your defenseman stats don't really matter, but 7 goals, 21 assists to your resume. It just seems like you're a little bit more comfortable. Just tell me how this season has gone as opposed to the other ones.
Yeah, I think this my first year in COVID year, we obviously the whole world was shut down. Our season was we were getting tested twice a day. We couldn't come to the facility. We would come like an hour before a game, so everything was just a little scrambled. So I really don't really count that as my first year, but my second year, it took me still probably a month or two to get used to it, but last year was definitely a big year. I had a very, very good from Christmas on, very good end of the year. And then this year it's just, I put the work in over the summer and it got me in a good spot playing big minutes on a top 5 team in the AHL. And, you know, if I was maybe in a different organization, there would be an opportunity in the NHL, but Dallas hasn't, everyone in their decor has been healthy most of the year. So it's kind of just the luck of the draw. And it's out of my control, and that's why I take so much pride on the team I'm on now, and see what happens going forward.
Yeah, back on the COVID year, we kind of compare it like the LeBron bubble championship, like that didn't count. So this might even be your second year, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say in my head for sure.
Yeah. You kind of touched on it a little bit. I kind of wanted to open it up. Dallas has had a really good year. How do you kind of, you're not sitting back at all, but obviously the goal for you is to get to the show. How do you stay patient and how do you stay ready for, hopefully an opportunity come your way?
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 camps have been really good for me. This one was a little new because of the new coaching staff, but I was one of the last cuts this year. Played very well. Got 3 preseason games. My last one was against pretty much a full-on Colorado Avalanche Stanley Cup team. So that was a good test. And after playing those 3 games, I realized that I'm definitely, I can play at that level. And, they did what they had to do. They had all like veteran guys, obviously guys that have been in the league, and I got sent down. I didn't really let it bother me because I know I was going to play a big role down here. But yeah, it's just it's about being patient. Like some things you see, there's probably 10 organizations around the league that guys are dropping like flies, and there's probably 5 or 6 D men in their AHL team getting NHL games, and you can either let that kind of piss you off or motivate you. And I don't know. I don't really look at that stuff. I just try to take care of my business where I am and in the present, and hopefully if it's not with Dallas, and then it's going to be with a new organization. I'm just setting myself up for the future right now.
Love that. Seems like you got a great mindset to have. It kind of seems like the only mindset to have if you want to succeed. Obviously, you got the Calder Cup playoffs coming up, but I want to get into a little bit. So you're living in Austin, Texas right now?
Yep.
I was down there in November. Place is absolutely rocking. Went down for a Texas TCU game. Those tailgates got crazy. Saw fights in the middle of the fan sections. Just tell me a little bit of your, time down there in a big football city, barbecue, what are a couple of your favorite spots down there? I remember I went to Terry Black's. The place is unbelievable.
Yeah, I went to Terry. I'm not a big barbecue guy, but Terry Black's is everyone will say that place is good. That place is phenomenal. But other than that, we've been to obviously it's tough to go to a football game. Like I know some guys when they left Dallas, they went down and caught I think one of the first football games of the year, but I wasn't able to do that. But all my buddies from Milton that came out, they've been to 2 football games over the years, so they obviously love it. They get the event, they take advantage of the benefits down here that we have in Austin. But no, the place is great. You can go to 6th Street, Rainy Street. You can hit up a piano bar, or you can go to a college bar. They pretty much have everything.
I remember Rainy had brought the noise. I remember that. Is that the one with the slide bar where you can slide down at a bunch of?
Yeah, that's unbelievable. The little slide. Back.
I was there for that Vikings Bills game that like Josh Allen fumbled, and the Bills fans were just total disbelief. Me as a Patriots fan was eating that shit up. I loved it.
Yeah, we've had obviously a lot of fun downtown, but since it's nicer out now, I've been to two this year, one last year, Texas Longhorn baseball games.
Oh, nice.
So that place it's just like the football games. I mean, they don't have anything to do, so they just move their attention to all the spring sports. So, but the baseball games, we had our rookie party there. It was just, yeah. It's a little bit of a scene, but it's nice.
Is Big Roger's number retired there? I'm sure it is. Roger Clemens?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to be everywhere. The 22. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
the
stadiums, but as you can imagine, is phenomenal.
Oh,
so,
and they probably get the best from, best Texas recruits. That team's got to be amazing.
Yep.
So Calder Cup playoffs. So you said you guys finished in first place. How did the season kind of go? And, how do you kind of keep going towards, an AHL season when, some part of your mind has to say, okay, when am I going to get the call up? We've had like AAA players on here. And I remember Matt Duffy, Milton kid, actually, you probably know who that is. Matt Duffy,
Yep.
He was the AAA Player of the Year, and he was just like, yeah, the last thing you want to be is the AAA Player of the Year because that just says you got too many at-bats in AAA and never got called up. So is there something like that in terms of, keeping your patience up and, looking towards this AHL season as a whole and, at the end of the day, you're trying to win a Calder Cup, not just Stanley Cup later on?
Yeah, I mean, overall the season's we've been a top team the whole year. I think it's the most games we've lost in a row have been 2, maybe 3. So we've kind of had that nice little swagger throughout the year, and obviously we were a little bit more stacked as other teams in our division had guys going up to Nashville's in our division. They kind of threw in the towel or had a bunch of injuries. Like Minnesota had injuries. Like Carolina had injuries at the beginning of the year. So we were able to get out to a nice kind of lead in our division. And once we got comfortable with each other, we just kept on going from there. And now all these teams are obviously sending back a lot of their guys at the end of the year in the NHL. So it was it should be a good playoff run. Like it's 1 versus 4. We're playing Rockford, but Rockford would probably be a 2 or 3 seed in any other division. So
they just got
it's gonna yeah they probably got because obviously Chicago want to win somewhere, and they're not doing it at the NHL level. So I think their best opportunity is to do it at the AHL level. But as Duff was saying, I wouldn't say there's I don't know. Like a lot of people say that being like an old age for, I guess, AHL is around like 33, but like obviously the NHL level, like you're old. I would say you're old at the NHL level when you get to like 36. Like you see what Crosby's doing at his age, and
crazy.
But no, like there is a saying that like if you don't want to you don't want to have the C in the AHL. Like if you have the C in the AHL, then it's like, oh, your time in the NHL might be away because like that's you focused on the AHL, your leadership down there. But I don't know, because our captain down here, he's only on an AHL contract, so he can't get called up to the NHL. But I think he's third on our team in points, 3rd or 4th. So it's not like these guys can't play. It's just I think they're trying to go a different route, especially here in Dallas. They got a lot of young studs coming up for forward, so it's tough. But he embraces it. He's won 2 or 3 championships here. He's played games with Vegas. He's played in Dallas, so he's pretty set with it.
Yeah. And speaking of contracts, I mean, this year had to be exciting that they renewed your contract, right? A year, 2-way contract. So just kind of tell me how that, came into fruition, and must get you a little motivated, for this season to step up even more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it was nice to going back to when I was coming out of college, and once that August 15th date hit for free agency, it was just 4 days of kind of hell. It was nice, but like you're talking to teams, and then you got to eliminate teams. You got to call them back and say, yeah, I think we're looking at other teams. So it's a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So after I signed a 2-year entry level, and then once that was up this past summer, I was a restricted free agent. So you have to go back to that team pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
So like Dallas is so they're restricted, and then we just bounce back and forth. It was actually a pretty quick process, but you kind of, if you're in the AHL or NHL, where you get, I would say, the big money is when you're unrestricted.
Yeah, because then you can get offered whatever.
Yeah, you can exactly. You can just leverage, like, you could be, this team offered me this, like, you guys know that, but like, this summer I'll be a UFA, so that's what I'm really looking forward to. And I don't know, we win a couple series in the Calder Cup, or we win a series and I'm playing well, that just helps my case. Like, obviously teams want winners, and hopefully we can come through with that.
Motivates you for more. Yeah, no, I totally understand. We had this kid that played for Providence on a month or two ago, Vinny Descharnay, and he kind of went through the same thing you're going through, and I think he got his shot with the Oilers. I think he might be playing in the playoffs right now. So, yeah, it just seems like, tough times don't last. Tough people do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hell yeah. So, obviously the sport of hockey's become big in the East Coast. Is there anyone in the NHL that you kind of, been talking to here and there about, whether it's just shooting the shit or, trying to learn more about, what it takes to get to the league?
Yeah, I mean, in the summers I skate with all those guys, whether it's some of my best friends are like Noah Hannafin on Calgary and John Marino on the Devils. But like our skates are all the mass guys, whether it's anyone, it's the Matt Boldies, the Jack Eichels, like all those guys, Kevin Hayes. Yeah. So it's nice to be around those guys. Those guys just, you ask them questions, they'll give you a straight up answer every time. So, but I don't know. My family grew up knowing and having a big connection with Keith Yandel. So having him in my back right pocket is always easy. If I actually need it, I've texted him probably twice, 3 times this year, just kind of like shooting the shit, talking to him. And, he's helped me him and his brother Brian have helped me for pretty much my whole career. So,
oh, wow.
I definitely lean on that family probably the most throughout my career. And right now, I think Keith played a full year, maybe a year and a half in the AHL, and that's kind of like, it's like everyone's clock takes at a different rate, and mine might be a little slow right now, but there's no doubt in my mind that I will get to that level.
Yeah, no, it's just so fascinating, the relationships I feel like New England hockey players have with one another. I mean, I've watching the Bruins all year, Noah Hannafin comes to town. Even is it Colin White played for BC? He's playing for the Panthers right now. Just different guys who, either play for colleges around here or from here himself. I mean, you look at Charlie Coyle from Weymouth. Everyone knows he's from Weymouth by now. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. But what would you kind of, piggybacking that question, there's plenty of kids in the Hockey East coming up trying to do the same thing you're doing. What would you kind of tell a Hockey East prospect right now, who's looking to, they're not quite frankly the first or second round pick, but they're trying to get into professional hockey? What would you kind of tell them?
Yeah, I mean, I think taking your time with the decision, whether you want to go to free agency, you want to sign with the team that drafted you, it's probably the most important. It's a big decision because it sets up whether you want, like, you're going to get the opportunity to play in the NHL right away, but most importantly, it sets up your development for your career. But yeah, also pro hockey it's a different animal. I mean, I went from playing every game, playing high minutes in college to my first year. Like it's a tryout every night pretty much. You got to battle for your minutes. Obviously that was COVID and stuff, but during a regular year, the first 20 games, it's kind of, you're still in tryout mode. You're trying to get those big minutes. You're trying to get on a power play, PK, like all that.
For sure.
And obviously down the road, everything gets normal and you start trying, you play your best lineup to win a game. But I it's just the work never ends, especially in pro hockey. And younger guys come in, they beat you out. Older guys come in and they might have their veteran experience over you. So it's always about getting better every day.
The work never ends. You're right. Just think about how from when you're young, there's people grading you on if you're going to make the Might A and Might B team. Then you go into prep school. There's colleges. There's junior hockey recruiting you, and then you get to college, and then all of a sudden you're looking. So it seems like there's a tryout almost every night. You're taking the ice. It's kind of, I mean, you could say that for any sport, but it's just so surreal when you think about that. Someone's always judging you whenever you're on the ice or wherever you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, and I'm curious real quick. So, you talk about putting in the work and how this year was kind of like a big jump for you in terms of, the results you saw on the ice. Did you change up anything going into this year in terms of like, how you practiced, how you worked out, trained, anything like that? Or did you just kind of hit a groove?
I would say I changed. There was a couple of things I changed up. I usually take a good amount of time off the ice. So if we end in, say, if I get home June 1st, I usually take off. I don't skate until probably July 10th.
Yeah.
Just because you play so many games.
Right.
And that's when I just gained back all the weight I lost, all the muscle I lost. But now it's more of like, I think the most important thing other than thinking the game the right way is speed and quickness. As you see the NHL, AHL, it's all faster now. Like,
right.
It's less of the, I guess, the Ryan Reeves, which I love that part of hockey. But it's just the reality of it. And, but it's just more of the speed work, conditioning, agility. And then I just started skating earlier, skating 3 times a week, just getting used to pretty much having a mini, I guess, preseason before the actual games and training camp starts.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the most important thing to me, because you come in shape. You got some of the older guys that have made their big bucks and stuff, and maybe they're relaxing a little bit more because they maybe had a couple injuries the year before, whatever it is. But you always got to try to find that way to have a competitive advantage against whether it's a younger guy or older guy you're battling with.
You're saying you take a couple months off from skating? You said that, right?
Yeah, I usually take like a month off, maybe a month. Yeah, just maybe a little bit more than a month off of skating. Just to you got to reset the body. It's no matter what age you are.
I took about a year off, and I tried hopping on in like a men's league game a couple months ago, dude. That next week, dude, I couldn't walk. I mean, it's such a tough, you're just using different muscles.
It really is.
Yeah. It's fucking,
yeah.
I mean, that's like me after a month though. And I played for a living. My hips my hips will be like cracking every 2 seconds the next 3 days. So.
And I mean, I'm going against guys who are drinking beers. You're going up against guys who are competing for their, careers. So different there. A little bit switching gears here. So better concessions, the barn down in Austin or Yule and Ice Arena in Milton? Who's got better concessions?
I mean, there's definitely more at the HEB in Austin, Texas.
I would think so.
Yeah. I don't know though. Like Yolen used to fire out those pizzas.
They did.
They got every candy known to man, and they got those windows that you can just watch the game right from there.
Oh, so, it was perfect. You don't have to leave from the snack bar.
That's some of the best ice I've skated on in my whole life. So.
It really is. It's very underrated over there. Ryan, just what kind of Milton roots do you bring to Austin, Texas?
Oh, I don't know if I have a lot of Milton roots that I bring. I mean, everyone on my team thinks I have a crazy Boston accent, which I don't think I do, especially hearing some of my buddies, my dad talk, but they're also majority of my team's from Ontario, Quebec, Toronto. So I don't know. They think I talk like I'm from a different planet, but other than that, nothing really. I mean, I bring a decent golf game. That's about it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What top courses around there? Just so I keep an eye peeled. I'm a big golf guy.
They got we went to the PGA, the Dell match play.
Oh, Dell match play. Nice.
Yeah. Down in, and so they had that in Austin, but we're still trying to get out on Austin Country Club where they play that, but every course down here is like $50, $50, $60.
Oh, perfect.
On the weekend. So it's nice. It's definitely a great spot.
Yeah, not like Granick trying to catch it for a quick 150, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
No free sodas with that either. It's crazy. So I think, a couple questions left. So if you had 10 I'm a pretty good street hockey goalie when given the right opportunity. If you had 10 chances of scoring me, how many times should we put it to the test?
How far away are we? Like just
just say from like the slot.
I
It's
would probably say 5. I would say 5. Yeah,
5
because I've played in the dot pot multiple times against
some good competition.
Like Jay Butts was against me once, and I only had 2 goals. I only had 2 goals against him.
Oh, you should have had more than that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I do have. It's a little different when you have Dot and Quincy kids on his team just running at you a little bit. But it's hard to score in street hockey. I'll give it that. I mean, if you got a good shot, and I'm not really that big of a shooter, so I'll give you 5.
Yeah, that's good. Jay Buzz was my goaltender in high school, so I had to back him up when push comes to shove. Good guy. So obviously you kind of have to keep a Dallas hat on, but if you've been tuned into these playoffs at all, I mean, I'm sure you're a Bruins guy growing up. I mean, what's kind of your stance watching the playoffs here? Like I said, you probably have to be like, let's go Stars, but
yeah, I mean, we take the Stars out of it. I'm still like, I think I've watched every Bruins game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if a lot of people have been saying pull old Mark and all that stuff, which is
ridiculous.
I think it's nuts. I texted that last night to my Milton group chat just to see the response.
Oh yeah,
they were going nuts, and I was like, no, I think I really like the Bruins to win it all. I thought the Rangers were going to be tough, but now they're kind of back in a little hole, 2-2. But I think it's going to be Bruins and the winner of LA and Edmonton.
Oh, all right. Okay. I like Edmonton, but they play no defense and they have no goaltending, and it's all goals only. It's not really a recipe for cup, but we'll see. They got the best player in the world. What you were saying earlier about Dallas, it's tough to crack because all their defensemen are healthy. I mean, you just look at that Bruins lineup and it's like, okay, they just had their top 2 centers out, and some guys who've been playing all year, like what's his name, Trent Frederick, had close to 20 goals. He didn't even play. I think he was healthy scratch last night.
Yeah,
this is crazy. So it's really interesting to see. It's tough they drop. I mean, I'm a Celtics guy too, through and through, and they kind of did the same thing. They kind of threw up on themselves both in Game 5s. Hopefully they get it done, as I think their future in both playoffs look pretty bright. But it's good to see that even though you're kind of wearing a Stars hat, you're looking all around the league, and you're growing up in Milton, sports are big around here, so it's good to see you still keep tabs.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they're the funnest team to watch. They just. I think a couple of guys I play with had Monty as a coach when he was back with Dallas and in the AHL and other teams. And he's just known to be a top, probably 3 coach in hockey.
Yeah.
And I think Bruce Cassidy was trying to reel in their superstars while Monty is just lets them run. Look what happens.
Let it ride. Yeah. He just seems like a top-notch dude. I honestly, before this year, didn't know him too well. I guess I'm plugging another podcast, but I listened to him on Chicklets, and he was just, phenomenal of, letting guys hang loose. and you kind of even go into this year, you talk about the Bruins. I remember I listened to our preview of the Bruins this year, and it wasn't promising because half the team was injured. We'll be like, oh, it would be a miracle if they made the playoffs. Now look at them now. They had such a great regular season, but we'll see how it goes in postseason play. That Florida Panthers team still a tough out. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. But so far, I think so good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anything else, Justin? You got anything?
No, honestly, I wish you the best of luck. I think it's super cool. And, hey, you don't want to wish something, that something bad happens to anybody, but it'd be great to see you get a chance to, make an appearance in a playoff game this year.
Yeah. I mean, that would be amazing. But no, I appreciate you guys having me. It's always fun coming on. And yeah, hopefully I can take the next step, whether it's in the playoffs or next year. But either way, I'll be back in Mass, so I'll take you up on that street hockey shot.
Oh, I can't wait. We'll do it. We'll do it down at Marymount. I'll have to borrow Jay Butt's pads, even though I'm pretty short too, but we can we'll get it going.
And if I get more than 5, then we'll just say first round's on you, and then first round's on me if you stop it.
Yeah, definitely. We'll go. I think the Hoffy's down the street from there. We'll find a nice little pub that will do us just right.
That's perfect.
Yeah, awesome. We'll be rooting for you in the Calder Cup playoffs. If you're gonna bring home a cup this year, at least have it be one of the 2 cups.
Yeah, exactly.
Would be good to see. Chardonnays included. You got to throw some in there if you get it done. Ryan, a pleasure coming on, man. Really appreciate it. And go Texas Stars. Let's do it.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. See ya.
The new year is almost here, and if you're looking to shed off some holiday pounds before beach season, well, look no further and head on down to Slight Edge Fitness Performance, located at 101 French Avenue in Braintree, Massachusetts. Owned and operated by our guy, Quincy legend, Craig Kelly. You will be assured that you are getting the best training around. They believe in only the highest standards of physical fitness training and have been leading the charge at their state-of-the-art fitness facility since 2020. Their staff is actively enriching the lives of members and creating a community of like-minded people who love being healthy and strong. They are helping you to get in shape and teaching you how to maintain your health and fitness. Group fitness classes as well as one-on-one personal training sessions are available. Make sure to visit slightedgefit.com and also follow them on Instagram at slightedgefitness and set up a consultation today. If you're looking to get back in shape or trying to get a slight edge on the competition, this gym is for you. Check out Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, located at 101 French Avenue in Braintree, Massachusetts, and tell them the boys from Steele Nazz sent you. And that was Milton, Mass, native starting defenseman for the Texas Stars AHL, Ryan Shea. Great to have him on, recurring guest. Always great to have, the local guys on, like I said in the beginning. But, just to grind through going from Northeastern, where you're the top player, win bean pots, win Hockey East titles, to, having to work your way up in this minor league system where, he's not on the big club right away. Kid would love to be playing in the playoffs with the Dallas Stars right now. And, he's playing the waiting game. We'll see what happens. I hope the best for him. And, we're all rooting for him, man.
Yeah, you're trying to get on a damn good team.
Yeah, that's why we're
away from the cup.
That's what we kind of said too. If you listen to the interview at all, that if he was on a different team, he could be in the league by now. We'll see after this year. I think his contract expires. Obviously, has a pretty good standing with the Stars organization to begin with. But you know what? It's a business. It's a league. So we'll see what happens. Speaking of a business in a league, I just want to go out and apologize to all the Celtics green teamers out there. I dropped the ball, guys. Anton and Magic were right. Made a video about it. Celtics won in 7 games against the Sixers, who choked once again.
Horrifically. Again.
Horrifically. Leading the way was number 0, best player in Boston right now, Jason Tatum, 51 points, Game 7 record. Not just that, in Game 6, really stepped up his game in the fourth quarter, 16 points, when kind of the tides were turning.
Masterful performance.
Now, my question to you, Steele, just right out of the gate, is what do you think we should focus more on? Tatum's greatness in those last, 54 minutes, or the collapse of the Philadelphia 76ers?
They're both there because one was winning basketball by a guy who's idolized Kobe his whole life and prides himself on being a winner, and the other is the biggest choke artist in the league for the last 5 years. I cannot believe you picked Philly to win.
I just thought the way it had nothing to do with Philly at all.
That's why it's dumb.
It had everything to do with the Celtics not showing up. And you know what? Through the first 3 quarters of Game 6, it was going the way I thought it was going to go. And then number 0 woke up and realized why he's one of the best players on the planet. Like you said after the game, people might say he's cocky for saying that, man, but he backed his shit up in Game 7, dude. And the show goes on.
And good God, was James Harden awful. In a career of being a loser, that might have been his worst performance, other than like the one he went like 0 for 30 from.
Dude, you can say all you want, like Joel Embiid, like there's no rivalry. He's, a loser on this. Dude, James Harden's an all-time loser. Like
that was pathetic. He was terrible, dude.
He had 2 great games in this series where he had 40-plus points. But, dude, talk about, like, being afraid of the moment. Even if you go back to those clips in Game 7, there's multiple of him just throwing it out of bounds, running into defenders, just turning over the basketball. And that's been just the story of his career in the playoffs throughout, his longevity of his career. They're already talking about him, replacing Chris Paul in Phoenix. And I'm like, why the fuck do you want this guy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There was, in that third quarter, it was before it really got out of hand. And it was like an absolute like must-need bucket. And he drove it up the court after we scored a basket. So like half-court offense, he just ran up and threw the ball into the 5th row.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
I give a lot of credit to Al Horford too. Al Horford played as much shit as big shout out to Miles from Weymouth, a local listener who I love his Twitter because he's so negative on the boys. Al Horford
with
played,
purpose.
Yeah, Al Horford played his best game of the playoffs defensively. I think what was it? Embiid shot 5 of 13 in the second half.
Yeah,
something like that.
He had a tough one.
And he had a really tough one. And then Tatum, you can say what you want. Brown still had 25 points, but Tatum said, "Get out of my way. I'm gonna hit every 17 for 28, 51 points."
And for the other, like Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, like. If you like one more or the other, it doesn't mix. Like, no one loved that Jason Tatum was doing that more than Jaylen Brown on the court.
Yeah.
He was getting just as fired up as he was with every bucket that went in.
No, because it's crazy, too, that you see all playoffs, you see them talking about, Jimmy Butler, rightfully so. You see him talking about Joel Embiid, go on, Nikola Jokic, LeBron, Steph Curry dropping 50 last series. And even, like, the story is starting to become, Jaylen Brown's more of that clutch player in the postseason. But you forgot about one thing. You forgot about Jason Tatum, and he delivered. Now, were we lucky to get out of this series? Kind of. I think kind of like, but now you got to look forward here because the goal wasn't to, beat the Sixers in 7 and then finish at that point. The goal is to win an NBA title. And you know what? They're still on their way. As ugly as it seemed, they've played 13 games so far, where I think that's too many games for the guys. That's what happened last year. Wheels kind of fell off. But, I think the best is yet to come for this group, and I think they're starting to understand that you play defense in this league, you're going to win some games.
That third quarter was as big of a beatdown I've seen in the NBA in a while.
Outscored 33-10, but it looked a lot worse.
Yeah, it was ugly.
It looked a lot worse. I think there's a run of 28-3. They keep making that joke, which is great every time.
It just finds its way back in there, in multiple sports, in anything.
The next day, they found out that Matt Ryan's working for CBS Sports. It's like,
yeah, no, it finds its way every fucking.
You feel like they were going to announce that on Sunday, but they had to keep it the rest because, that came out.
Yeah, we can't have a follow-up 28-3 tweet with him. For no reason. He works here now.
Agreed, but good close out by the Celtics. I did not. Again, on the Sixers, too, they fired Doc Rivers. Now, did he deserve to get fired? Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
No
big
question.
Time.
He's choked on like 10 series, dude. 10 series where he was up 3-2 or 3-1. They've choked.
Most Game 7 losses of all time as well.
And don't get me wrong. This is a players' league. It's not all on him. I don't even think it's like 20% on him. It's mostly the players. Embiid and Harden, your best two, didn't show up. But for, Embiid to come out after the game, say, me and James need more help. I mean, Tyrese Maxey was big in this series. PJ Tucker played some great defense. I know Tobias Harris was probably the only good thing going for them in Game 7. 19.7 for 13 shooting.
Yeah, dude. Aren't PJ Tucker corner threes the fucking worst?
Dude. Was
the fucking worst.
But I'll let him shoot him every time.
Yeah, like it was just
He's
like,
our
fuck
Marcus
it.
Smart, but Marcus Smart kind of hits a couple more.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
And like I don't know, a lot cooler.
Yeah. PJ Tucker just looks like he's ready for like a war.
Yeah, like I don't know.
George's Niang, you like that technical foul?
Yeah, what a loser
That was
thing
weird.
to do.
That
Yeah.
was weird.
Like,
He's
I don't
a
know, what are
mascot.
you doing?
Is he a mascot? Where's he from?
I don't know. He went to Iowa State because I remember him like being a hero.
Yeah, he's from Methuen. Got a couple people from the our station here from around Methuen area. So I'm not gonna talk shit, but yeah, South Shore, North Shore.
Yeah,
you know,
everyone
you
else
get it.
Methuen is cool except him.
Yeah.
Guy sucks.
Yeah.
Cheating loser.
But going forward, so now you got Denver's got a good lead in game 1 on the Lakers. And then you got tomorrow night, Wednesday night, it starts the Eastern Conference Finals. We're in a rematch. Third time in 4 years they've split the series. You got the Heat, 8 seed this season, going up against the Celtics at home. Celtics, they're favored by 8 points. I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot. That's ridiculous. I don't agree. I then clearly the favorite, like they should be, but like 8, man.
Hey, that's a lot. Like, what do you think the X
5,
factor in
3?
this series, man? In this, what do you think it is?
I think it's Spoelstra versus Missoula.
Yeah,
I know that's ugly, and I think Spoelstra's clearly going to win it. But like, how much can Missoula chip into that as a?
but you think that's the X?
Thing.
You think like if we don't win that battle, then we're gonna lose?
I think if that battle's a massacre, we're going to lose.
Okay.
Like Missoula needs to put in. I mean, it's going to be Jimmy Butler versus Jason Tatum at the end of most.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
That's reality.
Because for me, I just coaches in the NBA don't go as far as they used to. I don't think it come down for that. It's going to come
But
down to
most
that.
of them
Luckily for the
stink.
Celtics, most of them stink. Eric Spoelstra is one of the best of all time. Like
Yeah,
there's no
like, he
denying
doesn't
that.
stink.
I think it's going to come down to Jimmy Butler getting to the free throw line because I don't think his mid range game is. I'd probably take his mid range game against most guys in the league. Not the best 3-point shooter, but I think
He can hit him though.
Yeah, but when he gets to, I know when he gets to the line over like 10 times, they have a great record or something like that. I think it's going to come down to keeping him away from the line. I think they got to go smaller this series. I think that was big, putting in Rob Williams there in that game 6 and game 7. I think it kind of spiced them up a bit, at least a little bit in the alley-oop game and, defensively both sides of the ball. But, going to the series, I know they got a guy named Bam Adebayo, but he's not as big as Joel Embiid. Still a heck of a player. Don't get me wrong.
He's gonna beat up our bigs a little bit for
But
sure.
but this is going to be a team that you're going to see with a bunch of role players who play, the pick and roll 3 ball, which I think that's what it's going to get down to. Who has not just the free throwing with Butler, but who's going to have more efficiency from the 3-point line? Because they got Vincent's a good shooter, Struess a good shooter. Even though he didn't play a lot in last year's series, but guy from New Hampshire there, 55, tall guy. Damn it.
Dunleavy? Do they still have him?
No,
He doesn't play if he does.
Robinson, right? Yeah. Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
Duncan Robinson has been good for this team. Victor Oladipo's out. Tyler Hero. That's why I mean. There's no excuse. I think there's no excuse for the Celtics to lose this series. That's not saying it's going to be easy.
No, it's not going to be easy because this is like they're the opposite of Philly, and like you punch Philly in the face, they might just crumble like they did in Game 7. Like this team is not going to do that. They're going to punch you right back.
Anton didn't like what I had to say last week about including guys more into the rotation, but I think this is a good series to do that because they don't have that big guy where, in the second round there, you had Joel Embiid. The Hawks, you could kind of put anyone out there. I understand the Hawks brought us to 6, but put anyone out there. You don't have that big center. So I like, putting Grant Williams out there, spending minutes on Jimmy Butler. I don't mind, putting in Hauser, or even he's clowning on me again. Anton was about Peyton Pritchard, man. But if you're getting cold from the 3-point strike and you need a big bucket, I think putting him in, it's not a big problem.
I think you'd really have to pick your spots with that. I'm not going to be as anti it as Anton, but I don't know. I kind of like running with it unless like something really happens. Like obviously go ice cold, something. But like, I don't think you should just make it a 10-man rotation now, just like cause.
I agree. I think you need to make the rotation based off defense and rely on your superstars. Because who won your last series? Jaylen Brown when Jason didn't show up, and when Jason Tatum showed up, he showed out. So I think it's heavily going to rely on him. But it's 2 against 1 when it comes to superstars, I think, with Jimmy Butler here. So see, the thing is, I can see the way the Heat are going to win games is if the Celtics throw up on themselves or Jimmy Butler takes over a game. The maximum games I can see that happening combined is like 3. So my prediction, I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to win in Boston in Game 7. I think it's going to be similar to the last series where it's going to be a dogfight. Could even go down 3-2. Might be a tough Game 5 loss, but they've been there. They've done that before. This group already, I think only 25, 26 years old. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum they've already played in so many Game 7s.
No, they've already, then they're both like 6-1.
Only guy who's beaten them is LeBron James.
Decent.
Jimmy Butler's such a dog, dude. I've been rewatching The Last Dance, and don't get me wrong, Jimmy Butler's not even in the conversation of, accolades and stuff as, the greatest basketball player ever play. But that killer instinct, man, he's got some of that.
Oh, he does.
He's got some of that.
That shot in the final game last year was like one of the most horrifying shots I've ever been up against.
No, yeah.
Like it was literally like Jimmy Butler for 3 for the series.
He
And I was
it.
like, fuck.
He fucking missed it.
He did. That was up in the air in
Missed
slow
it.
motion. I was like, fuck.
Would you have hit that at Forbes? Forbes Hill, you think?
Forbes Hill, yes. There, that moment, no.
No way. Put that in the
Forbes
second.
Hill, 100%.
I'm shooting that so hard, it's going in the second row.
Oh, yeah, no, into the rafters, dude. But it would have
Give me some popcorn.
But no, I think they got it in 7. I think I will be in position to win 6. But like you said, Jimmy Butler will them to win Game 6, and then we'll win in 7.
I think he's gonna will 2 games, and I think the Celtics are gonna puke on themselves once. Like that, I think that's fair.
Maybe it would work out. We can combine that. We puke on ourselves, and he goes off, so that just takes 1 down.
But I said he goes off for 2 games.
Yeah. And maybe in one of those games we puke on ourselves and it's a bloodbath.
Yeah, I think.
And then we win in 6.
I think if the Celtics can somehow win the first 2 games at home, they're going to be looking in some great shape. I think if the Miami takes one, we're looking at that 7-game series. If the Celtics take 2 at home, they've been a predominantly great road team. I know Miami's been pretty good against us when they play in Miami, but if you can somehow pull out Wednesday, pull out Friday night, I think you have a big chance, to win, to wrap the series up early. I think that's a big decider. If it goes split 1-1, that's when you're going to have a series.
Yeah, and they have such a chip on their shoulder. Like Jimmy Butler, who does anyway, but like they're the 8 seed, fucking.
They have literally nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
Just go out there and rip it.
Assassin's mentality. If Jimmy Butler was on the team that I was rooting for, dude.
Oh, they would love him.
Even like, I think we were talking off air last week about like if the Sixers beat the Celtics, like what team do you want to win the title? And it was probably Miami. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
which was fair to say. I
agree.
With no Celtics in.
Fuck the Lakers. I'm never rooting for the 76ers.
And like
Denver, nah.
I'd rather Miami over Denver. Yeah. So I think that's easy process elimination. But also great to see, Boston back in the Eastern Conference Finals. It seems like they get there every other year. It's crazy, kind of the bubble year where they're saying it doesn't count. All 4 teams left. Final 4, same Final 4.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Would you rather, me and Justin were talking a little bit before the show here, and would you rather, if we were to get to the finals, would you rather see LeBron or Denver?
Feed me LeBron. Give me the Lakers.
Yeah, I'd rather see
beat LA.
LeBron. I just think Denver's the best team in the league right now. I think you're gonna have real problems with them.
Oh, like Jokic, God knows what he would do to fucking this team on the inside for part of the game. I mean, Al would get him for a while, but
Jamal Murray, probably the most underrated player in basketball.
He's up there.
He's unbelievable. That's what I was saying. If you were to put like a top 4 and JT, JB, Jokic, and Jamal Murray, like Murray's probably gonna be 4, but like that's tough.
No, yeah,
that's a tough crew.
like so is like most of the NBA.
Yeah, that's a tough crew.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all NBA shit right there.
Agreed.
And like an MVP.
So Celtics all get started Wednesday night. We'll see how it goes out. Doc Rivers fired. Anything else on the basketball front? Irish Pub softball loses tonight to the Water Club. Any thoughts?
Terrible, disgraceful. Get it together, guys.
Yeah, regular season game. We'll see you in the postseason.
You're already there. How far are we into the season?
No, like 8 games ended.
Oh, all
Long
right.
season.
Yeah, who cares? All right, dude.
It's Tuesday night. Get your popcorn ready.
Tuesday night. You're still under the lights, pal.
I know. Moving on. We haven't talked about football in a little bit, so we got a schedule release last week. I don't think Steele's been here for draft talk. Feel like they made the right picks there with the corner from Oregon.
Yes, very good.
Gonzalez,
pick. I like
good
that pick
pick.
a lot.
Got a couple linebackers. Got a kicker, punter.
That's how you know
Good
he's
stuff to
good.
see.
Where was the kid who came from the school like Savannah State or whatever the hell it was? Sacramento State or something. We got someone from God knows where. And I love the pick because like you don't know that guy exists unless you see something in him.
Yeah, no, like it goes back to what's his name? Lenore Ryan, Kyle Duggar.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see. Let's see. We by round here. We got Eastern Michigan, UCLA. Keyshawn Boutte, supposed to be the steal of the draft.
Yeah.
Round 6.
He was great at LSU.
Yeah, I think he didn't have that. And another good guy, Demario Douglas, who Liberty was a good team the past couple of years. I think that's the guy to look at too. I think it's going to be pretty competitive. I think they're going to have to cut one of the veterans because I think these guys are going to show out. Isaiah Bolden, you talking about Jackson State? No?
No, I don't think so.
It might have been undrafted.
Yeah, it might have been him, yeah. No, Sacramento State. That was
So,
the
okay,
guy I was talking to.
Marty Mapu, linebacker. Mapu just sounds like a bat out of hell. 217, he's good in coverage. Interesting to see if Pat's making him a safety.
Most likely, yes.
That's every safety we have ever.
yeah.
Used to be a linebacker. Throw him out
Tiny
there, he's
linebacker.
fast enough. He'll hit the shit out of you. He's an athletic freak. It's probably what we're going to see out of Marte Mapu. I'll probably learn. I hope that's the way you say his name, but if not, I'm definitely going to learn that name. Keon White from Georgia Tech, round 2 pick.
He was a beast.
Converted tight end.
He was a great player.
Both sides of the ball, DN. Good to see. Another side. Christian Gonzalez. I think you probably could have got him in the top 10.
Yeah, he was supposed to be up there. That's why it was like a lot of people were like, the Pats are going to take him, and then we traded down, and it was like, that's weird.
He's
Then
a
we got
big
him
dude,
anyway.
6'1". Absolutely cocked the Jets. Traded the 14th pick to Pittsburgh because the Jets wanted Broderick Jones, offensive lineman. They had the pick after.
absolute monster.
Steeler took Jones. We got our guy that we could have had at 14 at 17. Fucking perfect.
Just sipping orange
That's
juice.
just
Bill Belichick in the
Bill
room.
Belichick playing chess.
I hate the Jets, and I'm going to make the rest of you. You guys got Aaron Rodgers. Well, you're not getting a sick draft pick.
Yeah, speaking of the Jets. So if you get we're looking down the schedule here, you open up with Philly. We'll go down the list and do our wins, losses. But what do you think's the most interesting game on the schedule? Like which one you get your popcorn ready? I can't wait.
Vegas is a big one just because they're going full New England, West. That game is not the biggest game on there, but it's an interesting side storyline.
Yeah, I think the most interesting one, the best one has got to be Kansas City Monday night at home, week 15. If they're still playing for something, that's a big time game. You're playing the team that you used to be, number 15, best team in the league at home. Never know what can happen.
Yeah, but that's we're sitting here in fucking May. That's not the big. Not yet.
Not yet.
We got to get to that one first. We got to get there.
I think the most interesting bet by far is week 3 at the Jets. Obviously, Philly and Dolphins going to be tough if you can go 1-1 there. You're playing a new Jets team with a new quarterback, a new life. We'll see if they're the Jets of old or they're somehow the new Jets. And I think that's the most interesting game out of this matchup.
Yeah, what do you think? Little hangover? Think you might be able to jump on the Eagles week 1? Week 1, I think you stand a prayer just because it's a week 1. Later on in the season, there's not a chance I think we beat the Eagles. It's a very good football team.
Yeah,
But maybe you catch them sleeping a little bit.
I think
week
you got a great chance week 1. I think
Yeah.
they're doing the Tom Brady at halftime. That's going to get the people going.
Yeah.
I know Anton's not a big fan of my the fans in the stands. Or when number 12 comes back. Hopefully he's wearing pads or something, dude. That'd be sick.
Yeah. A little out of retirement
for our
or something.
team.
Yeah.
For our team.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, going down the list here, Philly. I'm gonna have a surprising win.
Yeah, I like it week
Surprising
1. I think
win.
If that was like week 6, that's an L. But I think week 1, you might be able to shock the world.
Sunday Night Football against Miami. I like that one too. I think you're going 2-0. I think you're surprising people by going 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on this spot. Like, I don't fear Tua.
No, I don't
like,
either.
The Dolphins, like they might beat us. That's a good football team. They got a lot of weapons, but like I'm not like, ah, shit. Like,
And when
we
you have
can't beat them.
when you have a team with good, good. I know we lost Devin McCourty, but good depth at the safety position. Holding back. Obviously, that opening game against them last year, their safeties went to bed. But
oh yeah, I mean, Tyreek Hill's gonna rip one.
Yeah,
on you.
Jalen
And
Waddle.
If not, Jalen Waddle does.
yeah. And then week 3, I think going at the Jets, I'm thinking loss. I think that's how the Jets get you there. It's 2-1.
See, what I kind of like about that though is that game. Every Jets fans already won that game in their heads, and whenever they think that, crumble.
All right. So
They crumble every fucking time. Every time the Jets are like, hope there's everything. When it's our year, they're gonna take them down.
So you like 3-0?
Broke. I like 3-0.
We'll go 3-0.
Don't beat the Cowboys as much as I wish.
All right,
we could say that.
3-1. No, we never do well. I mean, obviously, when we had 12, we did well every week. But playing in Dallas is a team that's
we gotta lose. Like, not
probably gonna lose that one. The Saints, that's at home. I'm liking that one. Derek Carr beat us last year. I don't think they're gonna be, that division's gonna be so bad. But I think that's another team the Pats should beat. I think they have such a tough schedule. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th toughest schedule in the league. But I think that's almost a must win on the schedule. So if you get the 4-1 going at the Raiders right now, you playing Jimmy G, you had things that didn't go your way last year. The Jacoby Myers comeback game. I think that's a tough one to win. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we might not be able to beat the Saints. I get what you're saying with all that being a must win, but 4-1 is, I think 3-2, and then we go into the Raiders, and then we can beat the Raiders there, be 4-2.
Okay, so we're 4-2 after the Raiders.
Yes.
Okay, so then Buffalo at home.
Loss. Yeah. Straight up loss.
Then Miami on the road. Loss.
Yeah,
we never win that game. We never win that game. 4-4. Right? 4-4?
Yep.
Which is
not bad.
That's a win at the end of October. If you're 4-4, I think that's a win at that point. Especially the division you're in. Probably in last place at that point. But you're right there.
But like a game, yeah. But maybe far behind the Bills.
Like last year. Last year.
Like the Bills might not be in reach, but everyone else will.
Washington, I think that's another must-win game.
That's huge.
At home.
And I think that's when we will win.
Sam Howell, whoever plays quarterback there. They don't even have a quarterback yet. 5-4. Then you go and play in what are they playing in Germany?
Frankfurt, Germany. See you there.
The Colts. I think that's a game they got to get up for. Rookie quarterback, Bill Belichick. I'll take Bill Belichick over a rookie quarterback any day of the week. Give me 6-4. Then a bye week. Coming off the bye week, you got 2 weeks to plan for the Giants. Coming off Thanksgiving here. I don't know, dude. But outside of Super Bowls, I like our chance versus the Giants every time we match up against them. I like that win on the road.
Giants off a bye, 100% us.
That's 7-4, right?
Yeah.
Then I think the Chargers and Steelers, you split. I think you win one or the other.
Yeah. Also, though, the indie games a toss up. Like, you're traveling to fucking Germany and shit. Like, that's different.
Yeah, rookie quarterback, dude. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah, but he doesn't, like, winging it. That might have to be a game of his life. He's playing overseas, Germany.
I don't think so.
Just saying.
Disagree with me.
Could happen. No. Fuck off, dude.
So what are we saying? So after the Steelers, we're 7-5? 7-5.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Check the math.
Yep. So it was.
That's why we need fucking.
It was
Maddie
4-4, 6-4, 7-4, 8-5. So 8-5 going the Chiefs, and then I think you lose to the Chiefs, you beat the Broncos on the road, and then you split Bills Jets. So I think you could be. Is that 10-7, 11-6?
Whatever is the less amount of wins, I think we should be in that scenario. 11-6, 10-7.
Yeah, 10-7.
10-7.
10-7. So we're thinking Philly win, Dolphins win, Jets win. Cowboys loss. Saints loss. Raiders win. Bills loss. Miami loss. 4-4. Washington win. Colts win. 6-4. Going to the Giants here. 7-4. Split Chargers Steelers. 8-5. And then you go 2-2 the last 4 games. 10-7.
Bang.
I think it's possible.
And that Jets game's for a fucking playoff spot.
Playoff
Let's
spot.
ride. Fuck 'em.
You don't lose to the Jets at home for a playoff spot. You don't.
I'd crumble.
I'd crumble. Especially Aaron Rodgers had his game last year, last game in a Packers uniform was for a playoff spot, didn't get it. Same thing's gonna happen this year. They're not gonna get it.
I cannot wait for the New York media to attack Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, it's
gonna
gonna
be
get
so
bad.
sick. Like he would be calling out reporters and doing all that shit for like the 9 people that were just mad nice to him in Green Bay.
Oh yeah.
Like it's gonna be awesome, especially if they suck.
Yeah, so I thought I'm a little bit more optimistic after going through the schedule. I think it is a tough schedule, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's as tough as what people think. I don't think these teams they're as good as people think they are. That makes sense. Like this whole streak of Commanders through Steelers, I think there's a lot of wins in there.
And the Eagles might not be surprised and have a hangover.
Yeah.
The Eagles might be fucking game ready to avenge
And
losing
just
the Super
fuck
Bowl.
them up.
Yeah, like that's in the cards. But I don't like that. I want week 1 to be good.
Me too. At home.
Exactly.
Brady's there.
Game. Brady game. And
Brady's
that's a big
there.
factor. Brady game. But
Fans in the stands.
probably going to be there.
Gotta love it.
Got to go to the Tom Brady game.
Gotta
How
love
could we
it.
not?
Yeah, it's tickets starting at $700.
It's for Tom Brady.
A little hockey minute now. So
Gross.
Florida moves on, defeat the Maple Leafs.
Thank
Carolina,
God.
Florida. Actually, last game of the regular season, I was down in Sunrise. It's Carolina versus Florida. What do you know? It's the Eastern Conference Finals. Vegas and Dallas on the other end. I mean, if you're a Bruins fan, there's only one team to root for right now. You're rooting for your former coach to get a ring, to get a cup.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Cassidy,
And
Vegas Golden Knights. Come on.
Just that's who you should be rooting for anyway.
Jack Eichel.
Like, fuck both of those teams. And
Fuck Carolina. I have grown fond of Florida. You know, Bobrovsky, since he came in against the Bruins, has been lights out. He's probably like the
Yeah, they
playoff
should have
MVP.
kept fucking Alex Lyon in.
Yeah,
so
we'd
we could
still
have
be
won in
playing.
4. Yeah.
We'd still be playing.
5. Fuck.
Yeah, I wish the Kraken beat Dallas, but it is what it is. Would have loved to see. Who would have thought the Kraken get that close?
Yeah, that's what they do. When they got that 7th goal last night with like 17 seconds left, I was like, do it.
Dude, I watched the first
Tie
two,
it up.
I watched the first 2 periods, and they got like their goalie was just like a whack-a-mole to the puck. Like Dallas kept throwing the puck at them every chance they could, and Seattle's getting outplayed. Only guy I really know on that team is Matty Beniers.
Beniers, yeah.
Beniers,
Hingham
yeah.
guy.
Good guy.
Yeah. No, that second goal, though, was unreal. Like, absolute. Skated harder than everybody, got the puck first at the end, and then just, like, went short side backhand over the goalie. It
Yeah, that was
unreal.
nuts.
That was amazing. Like a 20-year-old.
McDavid gets eliminated.
Yeah, to be expected.
Yeah, just a lot of offense, not enough defense. Anything else on the forefront? Oh yeah, we got local guy MMA UFC Fight Night, Mackenzie Hayadern versus Angela Hill headlining it. But our guy Nick Fiore going back at it after losing his UFC debut to a tough one. He takes up against one of our former guests, Pete Barrett, his last fight in UFC against Chase Hooper. Nick Fiore is sitting at a -135 favorite over Chase Hooper. I love Fiore here. I think Chase Hooper's a piece of shit. I think he got lucky beating Pete Barrett, and I think Nick's gonna make him pay.
Yeah, Steele Nazz redemption. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll be
He's
watching
He's
that.
just got to watch the submissions. Chase Hooper's a submission guy.
-135. So is Nick Fiore. I think he's just gonna outperform Chase Hooper at his craft.
Love that.
I love that for him. I think it's easy money. -135. Put it down. You'll win right now.
Lock of the week?
Lock of the week. Lock of the month.
Century.
Lock it in. And the Yankees are now cheaters. Aaron Judge is stealing signs. Baseball minute.
If you actually watch that replay, like not just like the close up on his eyes,
Yeah.
it's so funny because like Aaron Judge hits a pitch that should be sent to the fucking moon. And the announcers are just speechless over it. Like, that was an 80-mile-per-hour curveball down the middle.
Oh, and he hit it.
And he hit it absolutely to the moon because it should have been. The guy threw in batting practice.
Oh, boy. Red Sox on the hand. I got to go to a game this weekend. Hot dogs weren't that good. Margarita threw it out right away. I don't know what I'm doing getting a margarita there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they blew it decided standing section only. First time ever. Not a bad take if you're just like trying to party. Went on the roof deck. Bud Light roof, whatever it was. Good roof decks. Wasabi. I think wasabi maybe. Good stuff.
Wasabi roof deck.
Great day. Kenley Jansen blew it. Red
Shame.
Sox got swept.
Shame.
Lost to Seattle last night.
Shame.
Winning tonight.
Are you sure?
They were winning. Did they win? Did they win? Yes, they won 9-4 tonight. Nick Pivetta revenge game. Yoshida triple, Turner homer, Casas homer, Jarren Duran hottest player in baseball.
Be really cool
offensively,
if the rest of the AL East just kind of relaxed though.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're in last place right now, and we're sitting 3 games over, but like I don't know in comparison to the Central. And don't get me started with the Oakland A's 9-34. So
they're like the worst team I've ever seen. Professional sports,
yeah, probably
they're up there.
They're gonna flirt with Houston's record. Remember like Altuve's first year in the league, they're like so bad.
Yeah, they had like 120 losses.
Yeah, they're gonna end up selling the team though, and then like the Vegas Athletics are gonna be nasty or whatever they're gonna call them.
Hopefully,
I'm looking forward to that. Get Billy Bean the fuck out of there.
It is a shame though. Like Oakland A's, they're just out there looking great unis.
Great
just
unis.
To get pummeled.
Swag.
Just to get pummeled every night.
The Red Sox are like everyone. It's kind of what the Lakers bench players are doing. They're just performing over their heads. The only guys I think in their lineup who would be valid on any other lineup in the league, definitely Devers and Verdugo, and then the rest of the lineup is either just like performing way above their own heads, or just like shouldn't be on the team.
Now, like Duran's definitely performing above his head, but you don't think he's like out there? Should be on
we'll
the team?
see, man. You need more bats.
Like I know he's hitting like 360, and
he's
that's
an athletic
obviously not
specimen.
true.
I like to see it. Yoshida's really turned things around, but like Justin Turner's still being the 3-hitter. Like really great career, but come on, man, he's 38. He's on the backside of his career. You're relying on that guy to be your 3-hitter. Connor Wong played a little bit better for a week or two offensively, but I'm still not really buying it. Then they have guys like Valdez and is it Ramos, the guy who came from the A's? Like their bottom 3, when I went to the game, their bottom 3 were like automatic outs.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna call it any softball teams tonight, but
I had Aaron Hicks after IKF after Higashioka, dude.
Yeah, that's
3 automatic outs.
It's tough to see. Might as well mix in a pitcher there, get them some ABs. On the front there, yeah, Red Sox are in last place, but looking up at the Rays still aren't going to do anything. 10 games above 500.
The Rays have already almost lost. Like I knew they were going to lead the division. I thought until like July because they started like 15-0. Like they're already like
the Orioles.
It's gaining. Like they're
Orioles
not as
are
much.
Coming.
Like if you go 15-0, you should like all-star break be in first place by like miles.
Yeah, they're up 4 on the Orioles, 7.5 on Yanks, Red Sox 8.5. But yeah, that's not as far as you think. There's a lot of baseball to play. I mean,
oh, of course, no. By the end of the year, like I'm not saying
agreed.
that. Yeah,
Agreed.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying a start like that gives you a month or two of like being there.
Good cushion. They just don't have the guys what it takes to win in October. Love me some Randy. Love me some Wander, but it can only take you so far, man. Brandon Lau's going to go 0 for 40 in the first, 2 rounds of the playoffs. They'll be out early.
And you can't just throw 9 sidearm pitches a fucking game anymore.
Yeah, what else we got? Oh, XFL Championship.
Let's go. Who's in it?
They won.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah, the team.
Damn.
They were bitching because like one team from one division was 7-3. And the other division was 4-6, but the top 2 teams from each make it. So the team that was 7-3 who didn't make it was pissed. But the
tough.
Arlington Renegades were 4-6. they fucked around, won the whole thing at 4-6.
That's awesome.
So big shout out to them, Luis Perez.
I hope that first like XFL champion is just fucking like some grinder team that wild
Improbable
card.
title.
Like, yeah,
Andrew
that's how
Jamil.
it should be.
Andrew Jamil's team, I think he had a decent season, but their team went 1-9.
Ah.
Tough.
Hey, first year.
Yeah, first
Bounce
year, they'll be
back.
back.
Bounce back.
They'll be back. Yeah, then we'll wrap it up here. Episode 124. Big shout out to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, Craig Kelly. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Actually, before we go, I had a couple fan mail things that I kind of wanted to mix that had something to do with Slight Edge. So from Nazz 6593, will the Steele Nazz Combine ever actually happen? So when we partnered up with the Slight Edge Fitness, one of the things was we were thinking about having a Steele Nazz Combine where we're going to go in the gym and get embarrassed by a bunch of athletes, even though like I am an athlete. It hasn't happened yet. I blame Anton. He just gets worked like a schoolgirl. So, yeah, we'll see about that. Your boy Curtin J, more softball content. I already mixed in some today. It's not bad. And then Weiler89 Magic should change his name to Superheat because he is hot as fuck right now. Wow.
Super heat.
That
might work.
That's a groupie. It's got to be a groupie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Tyler Costa.
Yeah. For the love of the game.
Also, big shout out to law offices of Patrick J. Foley. Patrick Foley, let's get you back in here, man. Let's do a little Celtics recap after games, maybe next week, maybe the week after.
Big series.
Who
Big
knows?
series. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Big shout out to Hedge Better, producer Justin. Great spot in here. Want to start your own podcast? Do it. Get it
Yeah,
done.
let's go. Oh, yeah.
That's all from Steele Nazz, episode 124 in the books. Bold.